So, I read the Satanic Bible, and it seems to me like atheistic Satanism is the common sense religion because it teaches you to accept yourself the way you are rather than be ashamed of your natural inclinations. Personally, it doesn't matter to me what someone's faith is. If you're a decent person who treats others with respect and dignity and aren't out there harming anyone or anything, then it doesn't matter to me if you believe in the flying spaghetti monster. I might think you're a little insane in the brain for believing in the flying spaghetti monster, but that doesn't mean I'm going to have anything against you for it, which is more than I can say for certain other religions. I've never heard of any Buddhists or Hindus or even Jews condemning others just for believing in something different than what they believe in. But when it comes to Christians and Muslims, a large amount of them are always trying to shove their religion down your throat. It seems to me like there are more Christians in the comments of satanic videos than there are Satanists. They're always in there talking about Jesus is king. You need to get on the right side of God, not the right side of history. And just all of this stuff when the Satanists are just trying to mind their own business. Satanists don't even believe in trying to convert other people to Satanism. Can Christians say that about themselves? Can Muslims? Or is this just something unique to religions that come out of that part of the world? Lucifer was the Roman god of enlightenment. The only reasons the Christians demonized him was because the Romans killed Jesus, and therefore they felt that the Romans' God must have been responsible. Lucifer and Satan are probably two completely different entities, if they exist at all, which I don't think they do. I don't believe that there are two beings out there in conflict with each other over the fate of the universe. I think that Satan is a myth created by man so that God wouldn't take the blame for all the bad things that happen. Satan is a scapegoat, if you will. And where do you get off demonizing goats anyway? They give you milk, they give you wool. You say that they're prideful and selfish and stuff. How do you know this? Have you ever spoken to one? Has a goat ever told you this? I haven't heard of animals speaking to humans since the serpent spoke to Eve and Adam. The reason why Christians are told to turn the other cheek is so that they'll be obedient to those who practice power over them. It's for this same reason that anger is considered a sin. Lust is probably considered a sin so that the slave won't lust after the slave master's women. And sloth is a sin so that you will get up off your ass and constantly work as much as he wants you to. That's why you're told you'll go to heaven or hell according to whether or not you adhere to these rules. It's solely for the purpose of scaring you into being obedient to your oppressors. Hell was the name of a mythical goddess of torture and punishment. The people who wrote the Bible referred to hell as Hades, which is the Greek word for the underworld. And they also referred to it as Tartaros, which was the Greek word for the abode of the fallen angels. Gehenna was the name of a valley near Jerusalem where trash was dumped and burned. This is where the Christians got the idea from that hell is a place where you will burn in fire. So you see that when light is shown on where they got their beliefs from, their theology starts falling apart. Not to mention that they got their beliefs from Greek mythology, which is something that they criticized. The only reason the devil is depicted with horns and hooves like a goat is because of Pan, who was a Greek god who was a satyr. And, satyrs are lustful. And so in order to turn the Greeks against their own gods and turn to their God, they wanted to demonize him. I don't see Satan as the hero or rebel against oppression that Satanists see him as. I see him more as an idiot who bit off more than he knew he could chew. Because how could you possibly expect to defeat someone who is all-knowing and all-powerful? You would stand no chance in hell, so why undergo such a hopeless undertaking? And Satan was an angel, so he would have known this. And then he corrupted man out of spite. So no, I don't see him as a good guy, but that doesn't mean I see the other guy as good either. Anton LaVey said that the inverted pentacle represents the horns turned upwards in defiance and the other three turned down to reject the Trinity. If Jesus still lives, I've got nothing against him, but that's more than I can say for the man upstairs. We're supposed to have unshakable faith and unconditional love for a narcissist who wants to punish us eternally, a lot of times for stuff that we don't even have any control over. It's not natural to like someone who's constantly threatening you. That's like a child loving an abusive parent. And yes, I know a lot of them do. But many of those parents don't deserve that love. Is our Heavenly Father any different? Humans are always seeking knowledge. Well, according to the book of Enoch, the only reason why we even have the knowledge we do is because we were taught by the fallen angels. Astrology, medicine, we're not supposed to know any of these things. Not even the arts. Not even the arts. So if I'm writing a song or a story or watching a movie or entertaining myself in any way, it's all because of unholy influence. We ain't supposed to know nothing. We're not supposed to have nothing. We're supposed to just be out here like the animals, not that there's anything wrong with that, and not doing anything creative. Based upon that philosophy, everything about our species is wrong. So following God's will is more than most of us can ask for, whether we want to admit it or not. Because he's demanding far too much from us. And if it's that hard to get into heaven, then it was a curse for most of us to be even born. If Satan is a real entity, I do not at all suggest that you follow him. I don't understand theistic Satanism because the prophecy says that Satan and his followers are going to go to hell for all eternity. Satan won't be the ruler of hell and he won't be able to protect his followers. He's going to be tormented just like his followers. So you're fighting a losing battle. But I've proven in this video that hell is not a real place. And so atheistic Satanism makes sense because it's based partly on nature and partly on other things beyond what we can see before our eyes, these supernatural forces, which some I've seen evidence of do exist. A religion that preaches you should make the most of the only life you have here on earth is far more logical to follow than one that teaches you to make yourself miserable here on earth in hopes of going into an afterlife that may not exist. And that's why I'm speaking in favor of Satanism. Atheistic Satanism, not the other one. But even if you are a theistic Satanist, I don't have anything against you either, as long as you're not a malicious person. And one other thing. Atheist Satanists oppose sacrificing animals at altars. But even if they weren't against the taking of innocent lives, how could Christians criticize them for doing it when in the Bible God condones prophets sacrificing animals unto him? Hypocrites. There's more that I could say on this topic. I could talk more about the content of the Satanic Bible, but I don't want to make this too long of a video, so I'm going to leave in the description the link to the site where I read the Satanic Bible so that y'all can do the same yourselves. Okay, I gotta go. So next time, peace and love, y'all.